Hey, I'm Zaman, this is Best Hombre. Today we're changing the wipers on this 2019 Volkswagen Atlas. It should work on any Atlas or Cross Sport from any of the years. And we're changing them because it's getting cold out with Trico, I think that's how you say it, Trico ice wipers. When I bought the car in December, they had just changed the wipers for OEM wipers when they certified it from the dealership. Now it's 1 year later and hardly, it's basically November, and they're already horrible. Look. This car has the Trico Ice. This car has had Trico Ice wipers since November of last year. That car has had Volkswagen OEM wipers since November of last year. These take a 22-inch and a 20-inch. I'm sorry. This car takes a 24-inch driver side and a 20-inch passenger side. That car takes a 26-inch driver side and a 22-inch passenger side. Nonetheless, I'll show you in a second how this car has significantly less streaking than that car. They both done about 14,000 miles in the last year, and they both have used the same wipers year round, except these Trico Ice wipers have held up significantly better. And I'll show you also how the OEM Volkswagen wipers, the rubber blade is actually a little thinner, and the rubber blade on these are significantly thicker. It's like a little diamond of a triangle. But yeah, it held up really well. They're super cheap on rockauto.com, and I was supposed to swap them out for the summertime and I didn't, and they were fine. They were fine all year round. So we're putting on another set for this upcoming winter. Really awesome wipers. I'm going to show you what they look like compared to a set of OEM wipers that have also had a year since last winter, since last December in fact, when they were installed, and how much better these are at streak reduction versus those OEM Volkswagen wipers. And yeah, let's take a look. Honestly, this car's done almost 14,000 miles. That car's done 14,000 miles. And really quick, just before we get going, this is the Best Hombre beanie. It's 100% certified organic cotton. Why does that matter? Because organic cotton doesn't use any chemicals or pesticides when they're growing the cotton, so it's better for the workers, and it's better for you because then you're not going to have any weird allergic reactions to the beanie that's sitting on your head, and nobody wants a rash on their forehead, okay? So certified organic cotton, protect yourself, protect the environment, and protect the workers. Best Hombre, exclusively at kickstergents.com. So we're sitting inside the Volkswagen Jetta, okay? Let's turn this on, kind of turn it on. So we're sitting inside the Jetta, it's a pretty chilly day. Let's see. It shows 45 degrees outside, and let me hit it with some washer fluid, okay? Pretty clean. Pretty clean. There's some streaking, but it's otherwise pretty clean. And there's a little bit of streaking residue here, but this is 1 year later with the Trico Ice wipers, okay? That's what this car has. And just one little stripe here, if you can see that. Now let's go take a look at the OEM wipers. Sitting inside the Volkswagen Atlas. Let's see if I can get this going here. These are the OEM wipers. Now, there are multiple lines of water droplets here. There's still the similar streaking. Otherwise, this one fared a little better, but there are still multiple thicker lines of water droplets here. Definitely worse on the driver's side. So it looks like, to me, actually, from an arbitrary visual inspection of how it washes away this washer fluid, I use the same exact washer fluid in both vehicles. This amount of water here is unacceptable. Again, these were brand new, just a year ago, just like the other ones. Before we get started here, you're going to take a look at the wipers on the Atlas, and you're going to see that you're not going to be able to actually lift these up. So what you have to do is you have to turn these and put them into service mode. So let's take a look at that on the inside. Brake, don't put your foot on the brake. Turn it on once, and then turn it off, and then hold down service mode, and let go. And now you have the wipers in service mode. Turn it on, hold it down, and you're back in your business. Now turn it off, hold it, back into service mode. So we're going to start here on the driver's side, and always remember to get yourself something so that when you take the blade off, you can put this down and not have it smack, because there's otherwise nothing here but just steel rod attached to a spring that will eventually snap and crack your window. The reason why I know is because I learned the hard way. Learn from me, don't learn the hard way. Do it this way. Now these are real simple actually. There's a little button here and you just slide this out. The hood, okay. So now that I have this, I'm going to take my little rag and put it down. Now that's safe. The driver's side, we're looking at a 26-inch wiper. For the Tricos, there is an adapter you're gonna have to use. So here I have the passenger side wiper. This is a 22-inch wiper. That's appropriate for the Atlas passenger side. And this is the attachment that comes with it out of the box. And this is where you would press the button here. You see that little lift. A little bit of a lift there, and you can just slide this right out. Now they have these little teeth. There are 3 little teeth that you line up, insert, and lock it. So reverse that, pull that off. And for the Volkswagen, you're going to be looking for this one. There's B and C, 2 sizes. So you want to insert this here, line up those teeth, make sure they sit flush, and then lock it in. Now it's locked in. And the C is too big for our purposes, so we're going to try to, there's a little, actually, if you can see it there, there's a little lip right there. So if I can grab that, I can get this off. I should probably use a tool instead of my finger. But here we are, trying to get this done for you. And for myself. Okay, it's off. Boom, beautiful. We have B. Now I have my new wiper. Pick it up. You're gonna wanna get that in and click. Actually just clicks on its own down here. Done. Now these OEM ones, they have, if you look at them in a comparison, so the OEM ones have these little blades on the back of them, right? I guess that's for aerodynamics. They are Volkswagen Audi Group of America branded, so I don't know who makes them. If we're just going to compare here the 2 blades, right off the bat, the blade carrier, the housing that holds the blade, is much more heavy duty on the Trico. The bracket itself, probably mostly because it has to have all different fittings and adapters, relatively more robust. There's also no gap here. Here there's a gap, whereas here there's no gap in the blade structure. The connectors at the ends, the Trico one's a little squarish, otherwise very little difference. The actual blade itself, okay, now here's where we're starting to see a little bit of a difference. So if we look at the blade here, I don't know if it'll focus. Okay, you can get a good look at that blade. It's rather thin. And if you look at this blade, it's much thicker. It's kind of like a V, like a triangle. And then the Volkswagen blade is a very skinny V, like a Times New Roman V. And see if you can, hopefully I don't destroy my car. Okay, so there's the little square open, and if you just slide this on here, make sure you get these 2 things pinched well. Make sure they're pinched, get them on here, and then just as it slides down, it'll click into place. Boop, nice and easy. That's really all you have to do. Let's see. It's starting to rain even. Look at that, perfect timing. No streaks, no driplets lines, no drop lines, no streaks. Perfect. Just a little bit actually at the top edges where the pressure maybe isn't so great, but really good.